Hello musicians, my name is Corey Taylor from SkilledMusician.com, where we are helping musicians improve. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Now, this video is a little bit different. As part of our last live stream, I took a period of time to answer this one question that I've been getting since I started this channel. And that question is, Corey, why don't you teach in easy keys? And so what I did was I took a detailed dive into this question, but I also kind of included the other questions like, should I learn every key? Or tangentially, my thoughts on transposition or transposing. And so this is kind of encompassing all of that. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. So I want to give you I'll make this a 4-panel answer. Why don't I teach everything in an easy key like C? Now, some of you might already know the answers, so go ahead and let me know in the chat. Why don't I teach everything in an easy key like C? So our motto, our goal is to help musicians improve. And one area that I've seen from around the world that musicians need to improve on is being able to play in every key, not just your favorite key. So what I purposely try to do is I purposely try to choose different keys to force you to learn every key. So that's the first panel. I want to help you improve. And I know if I put something in a different key, you're going to have to work to get it. If you only can play in one key, well, then you're going to have to work to get this other idea that's not in the key that you're comfortable with. So that's the first panel. Here's the second panel. I wish you all could see the messages and emails I get every day. I get a ton of gospel musicians, for instance, asking if I can do the tutorials only in D flat, A flat, or F sharp. Because that's the only key they play in. I have some other musicians from other parts of the world asking, can you only do it in C and F, or who've been trained differently? Only do it in C or F. And then I get some other musicians only asking for E flat, B flat, and G. Matter of fact, I'll do a video, and then I'll get requests for musicians say, can you redo the video in another key so it's easier for me? I'll get that request a lot. Here's the truth. Everyone, a lot of people have their favorite key to play in. If you grew up classically trained, then your key is C. That most likely is your favorite key, hands down. If you grew up playing gospel, C is not a fun key for you. You don't like C. Because you never play in it. So for gospel musicians, they prefer all the black note keys. A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, F sharp. And I know tons of gospel musicians that cannot play in C, but can completely destroy in A flat, F sharp, and D flat, E flat 2. Those are their keys. Now I know for some of those who are classically trained, that doesn't even make sense. That seems impossible. But I'm telling you, as a gospel musician, there are a lot of musicians, and of all the keys, at least here in America, A flat for years was the key that a lot of gospel musicians got stuck in and could not play in any other keys. I'm finding in the islands, F sharp is the key. So here's the truth. There is no easy key. There are just keys that you are familiar with and less familiar with. And here's my challenge to you. As a musician, if you say you're going to play piano, then play the piano and all that comes with it. It's interesting. I teach about 120 seniors. Those are 55 and up every week. And so what's interesting is they all can play amazingly well in the key of C and G. Those are their two keys. If I do anything outside of C and G, it is a struggle. It is terrible. Why? Because all they've played in is C and G. Because that's what the classical literature course that they're on has them playing in. But I don't want that for you all. I don't want that for anyone on that's part of this channel or following this channel. So I'm going to continue to challenge you on this, and I'll continue to do different keys because I want you to grow, and not want everything catered to your favorite key, because your favorite key isn't everybody's favorite key. There was a time when I was comfortable only in one key. When I first started playing gospel music, the first thing I learned was "I love you, I love you, I love you, Lord, today." So in B flat. That was the first thing I learned. My cousin taught me that song, and then said, "You're ready to go play in church." Literally, that's exactly what it was. I didn't know anything else. That's all I do. And the church I went to play at didn't sing that song, so I had to figure things out. So naturally, B flat, because that was the only song I knew, became my favorite key. Right? And then my buddy showed me this cool stuff in E flat, like this preacher chord stuff. Like, I was like, whoa. So then E flat became, my favorite key, because he showed me this move, and I liked that move. But then I started saying, but I want to learn this thing over here. It forced me to move away from those things, those keys I initially started in, and to learn other keys. And I started saying, well, I want to be able to do everything I do in this key. I want to be able to do it in every key. In my head, I think of keys as 12 rooms in a big mansion, and each room has its key, its letter name on the door. So you walk in this mansion, and to the left you get C, and then G, and to the right there's F and B flat, and you get all these. Each key has its own room. And so, if you open the door to C, you'll find C major, D minor, all the chords of that key. You find G7, you find all those, and if you go to F, you'll find their corresponding chords. But then one thing that is unnoticed until you get to a certain level is there are secret passageways between the rooms. So if you can play in C and F, you'll start to notice things that you would have never noticed. Like, I can do this to get here, there. I can do this to get there. There's a passageway between C and A flat. You never would have known it if you hadn't known both of the keys. And so a lot of times musicians can only play what's in the room and never get to the passageways that connect keys. And so the world of possibilities opens up when you can play in all of your keys. Listen, the world of music is so vast, and to limit yourself to one key is doing yourself a grave disservice. So as someone who many of you consider a mentor, a teacher, please learn to play in all of your keys. Okay. I've been holding that one for a while. All right. So let me just go through. You all have been talking while I've been talking. You've been having some great conversations. So let me just kind of jump here and see what's happening. Here, Prima says, C is always the best key for us beginners. I hope more tutorials in C. All right. Wow. So Keith Wilson says, when playing for church, you have to consider what key is comfortable to sing a particular song. So understanding all keys is important. That's correct. So when you're in church, or if you're a jazz musician or pop musician and you want to accompany a singer, it's the same concept. Well, the singer says, I'll take it out of the church world. I'll take it to like jazz. I toured and did the jazz thing for a while. So you might have take the A train, and you know it in C. But a singer comes and says, "Hey, that's not good. That's not a good place for my vocal range. I'm going to take the A train, but I want to do it in A. All right." Um, so let's have, and then here they count off 1, 2, 1, 2, ready go. And you're like, well, so this is, and this happens. This is normal. This is par for the course in the jazz world. Autumn Leaves. B flat isn't my key. It's originally entered. I mean, it was done in G major, E minor, but I like it in C minor. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and you have to play. And so it's important to be able to maneuver in multiple keys. All right, so that was my response to the question about learning and playing in every key. And as you saw in the video, there were some people that did not agree with me. Now, I'm not sure if they were just trolling me or if they were actually serious and did not agree. But nevertheless, I believe it still holds that music is so vast. And so to limit yourself to one key is doing yourself a great disservice. So keep pushing, keep learning, and keep growing. So until the next time we meet again, be safe, be wise, be blessed, and happy practicing.